putting up in Nicole, man. Ricky!
But if you don't want to stay, I'll just
boxing gloves.
Yeah, I have a lot. Different products. I had the
Because it's pink. It's pink and black. My two favorite
but
colors.
it was too watery. Like, it was not healthy.
I'm afraid right now. They're not with us. I'm afraid right now.
Yesterday, we were going to Jamaican mango.
Right now, they come in, right?
But the wax, I like your wax stuff. It's not that sticky.
They're not here. They're doing something they're not supposed to.
Very moisturizing. You don't just call them but I tell him every other reach was going to wash it. They're going to wash every single day.
Follow me. Follow me. Follow me. Woo! Woo! I love the pink and black. I love the pink and black.
Yes, those are my two favorite colors, man.
What you get on?
Oh, you're right.
Okay, hold on. I gotta see what's going on.
1, 2, tone, shing.
No, you did.
Hey!
Should we be bowing?
Hey!
Yeah, that's about it.
1, 2, tone, shing.
Y'all was so
Hey! 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 Hey, hey! 1, 2, tone, shing. Rickety baby. Rickety baby. 1, 2, tone, shing.
Oh my. Oh my God, I love it. I said, he's a god of some sort. He's a god. I'm impressed.
Come on, dog. So. Welcome to DCP in the corner pocket, y'all.
I love it.
Hey, bro, I am. So
No, hold up. So we want to do the Reiki, man. So we're gonna play our Reiki music.
There we go.
Okay, everybody. So they gonna repeat after me, okay?
I did with the Ricky.
Okay, we're repeating after them. Okay.
Oh,
I'm doing my close
Yeah, we're gonna do
eye
all this too and everything, y'all.
It's called a mudra.
It's called mudra.
Mudra?
Yeah, we're gonna do mudra.
And we're using it like this.
Yeah, we're gonna do whatever you want to do.
This is where we're opening our root to stay
That's
grounded.
absolutely right.
You got this. You're
Okay.
okay.
What fingers?
Do whatever you want to do. So repeat after me, guys, okay? Mama say, mama son, mama son.
I'm gonna say, yo, come on.
Mama say, mama son, mama son.
Mama say, go.
That's right. And let's just be clear. And be fair, say and be fair.
And be fair.
And shout out to Nichols Donut Fair.
And shout out to Nichols who?
Nichols Donut Fair. Nichols Donut Fair. Keep it on humming. And we're gonna just do this for a little bit. Say it. We're gonna do this for a little bit.
For a little bit.
A little bit. Man, shout out to get on that bitch. Hey, get on that bitch. Get on. DCP, let's go for baby with the man mother. Get on that bitch.
Oh my God.
I love it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
My shoulders for laughing. I love it.
Bro, I wasn't ready for that. I didn't know that you were gonna. What was that thing?
That was a bump. You know how
That was
I'm
his
little hair.
hair.
Thank you. Yes.
Was that a monkey tail or?
That was a monk. That was a monk hair.
Monks, certain monks, that would be more of a Hindu monk.
I was a Hindu monk.
The longer the hair, the more enlightened they are.
Oh, so he was very enlightened.
The very,
I
the
was,
direct
yeah,
connect.
see?
No, but damn like. Bro. So man, y'all know what we do here, man. Part 4 is usually the crazy episode, but
Wow. He says my jaw hurts.
Yeah, you told me.
I have laughed so much my jaw hurts.
I was getting into it, guys.
I felt the vibration.
Yeah, the Ricky
It was
boy.
good. It was good.
I didn't know what Shaker to do. I was just like, you know, I was very moved.
Thank you, man.
I was very moved.
Yeah, because, you know, after part 1, part 2, and 3, you know, see, because we got here, man, we got Lance Palmer, he was a fighter. You know, I'm not been a fighter. Jessica Jackson, man, and Sean Henderson, they wrote books. I wrote a book. I'm doing Reiki now, man. You know, I'm multi-talented, man.
I can't believe you just became a Reiki master in 3 episodes. It takes me 3 episodes. He's mastered.
Not bad, man. I'm sorry to tell you, man.
Bro, I am amazed and shocked. But I want to bring this thing full circle. I can't right now. Wow, bro. Honestly, I didn't know he was going to do that. Like, I never know what he's going to do. And I'm surprised.
Thank you, man. I knew you would love it, man. I told you all love it, man.
I loved it.
Yeah. All right. I
Well,
was
at
serious.
first, when we first started talking, you're like, no, listen, just watch the show.
Yeah, just watch the show.
My
Yeah.
host does surprise. And I was like,
Nobody's safe.
that's what he said. And I was like, well, what does that mean? Right? And I'm watching these and I'm like, oh yeah, I dig it. I'm with it.
Yeah, and it's always geared towards like the area of the guest, and it's all fun. And it's because we respect like every area that every guest does, and it's really cool. But I want to bring it back full circle with back to Reiki, and I'm gonna touch some other areas about things that you have done that's really surprising to us on the telephone. You had mentioned KK, which is Kim K, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
We sure did.
What are some of the, because you were talking about the young lady with the health problem with the throat, and you got talking about the throat, how Reiki helps the throat. What are other health testimonies you have heard that Reiki has done?
I've had multiple. There is a certain guidance that I receive for certain assets. There are certain things that I know. There's a level of symbols that we use with each attunement as a master or whatever certification in whatever degree of Reiki that you're in. We get attuned, so it's a ceremonial where we get attuned to use those symbols on the energy of the ethereal body. So when I use those, it's kind of amazing that whenever there's this one symbol used, you know, people come out with certain types of trauma. And that was one thing that's really kind of surprised me because, again, it's one of those things where there's too many coincidences, right? It's just insane. I've been asked to work on missing person cases, which has been really amazing. And of course, she was found. So I called in my network and I said, okay, this is the issue. This is what we're going to work with. Let's figure out, you know. And that don't mean that I'm like, oh, she's here to the left, and this. It's not like that. It's we team together. We see what we can pick up, and we provide hints and clues of what we got, and lo and behold, that's exactly where she was. I do past life sessions. You know, when we lose a pet or a loved one. That's hard, especially in traumatic events where people didn't, you know, they didn't get that closure, you know, on both sides. And being able to do that and being a death doula has been amazing. I worked in hospice actually during going to school. It was the one job that would work with my schedule was going to school, being a single mom. So I did hospice. My mother was a nurse. I've always been around hospice, so it's something that I just feel you're either made for hospice and that stuff or you're not, and I am. Obviously my daughter, she does mortuary science. So it's something that I've always been around. So end of life care is something that, in the difference of animals that pass, and there's a couple sanctuaries that I'm with whenever they have an animal that goes, the process looks so different. It's a celebration. we're gonna do this, and we're gonna cherish each moment, and it's at peace, and it's an amazing thing, right? It really is. There's been, I talked to you about a client with some throat issues, and she came in and she was getting biopsies. They thought it was cancerous, and she was at 75%, I think. And I'll never forget. I cried. I'll never forget that. And she goes, "You're never gonna believe what I got," because this woman was just terrified at the fact that this could be cancer of the esophagus and in the throat. And she needed to keep her sanity. And we had found out that she had done Reiki every week. She still does Reiki once a week. That it was not cancerous. Her tumor had shrunk by 3 times size. Now it does not even give her issues. So while I will make a note here that Reiki does not overrule any medical care, I provide a good addition to. There's lots of part of our bodies, but there's certain things that doctors should always check out, and I would always recommend my clients to do that. But when we partner up with medical care or other parts of care that take care of our whole body, people really thrive. Animals really thrive.
You had mentioned something about like the work stress part and people dealing with stress from work. What advice and how can Reiki benefit a person dealing with that?
I think it depends on what type of work stress, because we all have a little bit of work stress, right? Because we have stressful environments. However, and I will say this, and I've said this to many, if you are in any type of toxic, it's a big old difference. A little bit of stress, boss gets on your nerves a little bit. Toxic. Toxic means that you are not able to be yourself. You are not being respected. Your work is not being recognized. It is time to move on. If something happens to you, what is going to happen? The fact is, that boss will replace you in 48 hours. Do not give anybody the authority to ruin your health, your mind frame, and then you bring it home to your family. Any toxic environment, you cut it, you get out, and you find a place where we thrive. That's the thing. We have to always be thriving. If you're in that stagnant, if you're feeling stagnant, if you're, explore, go out there. It's out there. The truth is not there then, right? Align with the truth. Align with that calling. That is probably my biggest thing. I always have like these little sayings with all my lessons that I go through. It's align. As females, I know gentlemen, I know, but there's girls out there. We live our entire lives having this little voice. We know way more than what you think.
That's true.
All right, I'm telling you. And we spend our whole lives doubting that little voice. And we're like, and as we get older, we're like, no, that's my voice. That's my truth. That's me. I'm going to listen to that. That is my inner, what a beautiful thing that I have this. So I think it's amazing that females are starting to do that. We all have work stress. Coming back to it, I'm sorry, I ping from subject to subject.
No,
it happens to me.
Yes.
But if the stress is coming home, if the stress is affecting your mental health, then let's look into something like Reiki. Let's look into something like some small meditation. I would highly encourage you, if you're in an environment where your boss don't let you take your walkaway breaks, make sure you let them know that legally they have to provide them because you deserve that. But if you're in a toxic environment, it's time to break those, just break it, walk away. I mean, it's not serving anybody, and the longer that we stay with someone, the longer that we're not in that position where we are really thriving and going on to that next journey.
Since we're in the workshop, how does that apply to relationships? Someone is in a toxic relationship.
Same exact way. It's a little bit harder though, right? Because we're not as connected. Well, some of us, it depends on how long you've been together. Some people have worked their same jobs for 25 years. change is scary, no matter if it's work or if it's relationship, right?
Right.
But if you're in, first off, relationships, they take work. Marriages take work. If someone told you that it was going to
Lord
be
have
grass
mercy.
and rainbows every day, they have led you astray, child. They have lied. They have lied to you. There's been many times where we have had disagreements or we've had, but what makes it, I don't know, what do you think? At the end of the day,
I love you and I want to be there.
that's it.
What you
That's
say?
it.
Look at that, man. Good answer,
No matter
boy.
what our disagreements are, even if it's a disagreement with you, I'm still like, I love this man. This is my A1. We disagree on this. It's okay to disagree. Never go to bed mad is so cliche.
Please can you repeat that again?
Never go to bed mad. It's so cliche. And sometimes we don't do it. I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to be fake. But it is important. Go to sleep and know, even if you look at him and say, man, I am not happy with you right now. I'm disappointed. I am not happy in who you chose to be this evening. But I'm going to love you when you wake up. That's it. And I know you're going to love me. That's it. You know, we're two individuals. I think when we get into relationships and marriages, we become this one. No. You are still Anoop Shrestha, and I am still Nicole with hobbies and stuff that I love, and you have hobbies and stuff. When you wrap that all up where you forget that we're both two people bringing stuff to the table, and we got to somehow make that work, that's it. But if it's toxic, and only you will know that, there's resources out there. Reach out, I'll help you.
No, I think we learn from our Buddhist practices, we have to be happy first
Yes.
to help others become happy.
Tell your analogy.
So if you are not happy by yourself, you cannot make your spouse happy. And the environment won't be a happy environment. So being happy first is very important.
And do the symbolism of that, because everybody always gets it when I say that, the mask.
Oh, it's just like what I just said. Its example is like in airplanes, they say it all the time. Like if there's an emergency when the mask fall, put your
yours
mask
on
first so that you can help others put their masks
You
on.
can't help the next person.
It's just the same. Like be happy first, then you can help others become happy.
I love that. So we're talking about your your faith and your religion and Buddhism, how has that kept you guys grounded? Why is that so essential and important in you guys' life?
You want to go first?
Yeah, that's like she mentioned earlier in the beginning of this.
Like with you with the hugs and all that. In Buddhism, you get the hugs.
So this has been our foundation. Like no matter
Start our day.
yeah, when we chant in the morning and in the evening, no matter what. So no matter we are agreeing or disagreeing throughout the day, sick, we do put our faith first because that's what has kept us positive mind frame in that life state to where we can make sound decisions, right decisions, where we can bounce back or be the person that my wife needs me to be at that certain times, or I want to be myself as a human being. That always is the first thing is my faith. Like as long as I have full faith, it has always worked out, and we've always talked about this in our religion is like we want to see actual proof of working before we put blind trust in it. So we've seen it over and over again that it has worked. So that's something that worked for us. That's why we stick to it and we do not let it go, because that's one strong foundation that we have and we want to stick to it.
It's the first thing we do when we wake up. You know, as we're waking up and we have our coffee, the next thing is we go chant. During the weekdays, we don't chant anything less than an hour. When we are chanting in Japanese, it's the Lotus Sutra, which is, for no one that knows, when the Buddha sat under the Bodhi tree, there was lots of mantras and sutras that he was reciting, but they said that the Lotus Sutra was the one that really gained him his enlightenment. So that's what we chant. It does. It's the same way of starting your day with positive affirmations. The way you wake up, and if you wake up and say, I am beautiful, I am blessed, and I'm ready to go, your day is different.
I believe that.
100%. 100%.
That, it's like really cool that y'all said your faith. One friend of mine would say, let your faith be a best friend to your memory. Meaning, go back in time and realize how faith has brought you through. And if it brought you through then, it can bring you through again.
Anything.
You know, and I love how you said that, like, faith is the head of your life. Like, it's your foundation. Without it, you cannot do what you do.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. How would you talk to someone that their faith tank is low and they have lost hope, they are in despair, they maybe even thinking about giving up on life and they don't believe? How would you encourage that person?
We have actually a friend that is going through something serious like that. And he's having a lot of heart issues and stuff, and he's almost giving up. The way we encourage them is give it a chance. I mean, if you're already giving up, there's nothing more to lose. You know, so just give it a shot, give it a try. There's nothing to lose, so give it a shot, give your best, and we are here for you. Every step of the way, you're not alone. Anything you need, anything we can offer you, we will be there for you no matter what. Just give it a shot. You can do it. If XYZ person can do it, so can you. Like, we all have same potential. That's one thing we learn in this Buddhism is no human being in this world is above or below us.
That's right.
Every
That's
human
right.
being is equal and has same exact potential. That's why we treat everybody the same. No matter, doesn't matter what you do in your life, we treat everybody the same. That's why if everybody has the same potential, of course then you can do it too. You might not be in that life state right now, but you have potential. You can do it.
Let us help you get there.
Yeah, let's help you get there. You can
Sometimes
do
we
it.
always need, we all get there. Sometimes we need just a hand. You got to be reminded that this too is temporary. You know, the friend that he's talking about is, I think the last time we talked, he had 3% of his heart working. Very young, our age. They have an entire homestead. The wife is doing everything, and she's my very best friend. So there's a lot on that, right? She's doing a lot, and he feels like a burden. We just remind them that first off, you're never alone. Second off, how can we help? Anyway, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically. And then just reminding them of what a beautiful thing that life is, no matter who you pray to, no matter who you sit down and you meditate or who you practice and follow. It's such a beautiful thing. It's like your mom says, and Anoop's mom is such a well-versed monk.
Okay.
When monks, they do this like 50-day like dark ceremony or whatever, they call his mom when they are freaking out and can't take it. She is so well versed in that stuff. She tells us, and I asked her that, I said, well, how would you explain that? She goes, we are all the same people. We all just prefer a different storyteller. We all prefer a different.
I like that.
She told me about
I
this
like
hand
that.
example. Is like, suppose this is a destination. This might be Christianity, Buddhism. Might be different path, but eventually
We're all going.
Same
It's a
destination.
different
Wow.
storyteller.
That's,
We're all walking each other home.
wow.
Nice.
I love that, and I like the part where you said, and you kept it real. It's like some nights we go to bed mad, but I always think like today's issues and struggles can rob you of tomorrow's peace and joy.
So true.
So like we try, me and my wife, we try to work out our differences. Some days it does work, and sometimes it does carry over to the next day. But you try your hardest not to, because it's like I want to enjoy the blessings for tomorrow.
That's right.
You know, I don't want yesterday's junk to be arriving tomorrow. You know, so thank you for being real with that. I want to touch on some stuff that you have done that's insane.
What do you want now?
First of all, before I get to your Swiss Army knife oppositions, You told us that you worked with Kim Kardashian.
I did. It was my
Before she was
first.
Kim Kardashian.
Before she was
Right as she became Kim
Before Ray J and
Kardashian.
all that?
That was actually the interview. That's what that was about.
Oh.
That's what, and I was told that that was the one thing we weren't allowed to talk about, or she would walk out, right? So I was given my first morning show right out of broadcasting school, and of course I did it. It was a #1 morning show. It was top of the line. So yeah, that was my first celebrity interview. It was Ray J and Brandy. I grew up listening to Brandy.
Oh, of course, I love you down.
Dude.
What you going through?
I went nuts when I saw Brandy. And then, yeah, we were told if we brought that up, that she would walk out of the thing. So yeah, I got to interview a lot of cool people. Ray J actually was telling me he was going to send me, because we brought him back for, what was it, Ray J Family Values.
Okay.
He did a show, him and Brandy Norris did a show.
They did.
And it was someone's birthday in the show, and I'm like, well, Ray J, you gave this person a cupcake with $10,000. My birthday is 2.5 weeks from now. But hands down, probably the coolest person I have ever interviewed was Bob Saget.
Oh, I guess funny videos.
It
Full
was,
House.
yes. Oh, well, I thought that, right? I went in thinking Danny Tanner.
Yeah.
No. See, everybody else that knows what I'm talking about. Yes. It's not Danny Tanner, Key. It's not Danny Tanner. It's different.
Oh, wow.
So I announced him at it was right with Cornell University. So he was doing a show that night. That's usually when we would have him in for interviews. And before he took the stage, I introduced him, and I was like, you know, you're Danny Tanner that we've all grown up to watch. And everybody kind of looked at me, and I was like, okay. So I'm sitting in the backstage listening to some of his jokes, and I'm like, oh my gosh. A little bit different. So yeah, I've got to do a lot of cool things. Again, my journey's been all over the place, but I wouldn't change a minute of it. I'm blessed for every single, I think the biggest thing that we do is try to put people in boxes. I don't fit in one box. I don't fit in 5 of them. I'm damn proud of that. I was put into the Media Hall of Fame in 2017. The Mastermind exhibition. I have done everything from produced live events for Channel 6, been a producer for Out and About, and been lead content manager for one of the biggest high school magazines, Varsity Magazine. So I've got to do a lot. I've been on, WNCI, the Blitz, 7.5. God love City. If you're watching City, we love you.
Please come on the podcast, my man.
He's amazing. He's amazing. And just everywhere. I was the first female camerawoman on Huntington Park. They sent me home. We're not going to get into that. They sent me home. Now, if it was like the Kiss Cam, one of the crazy, outrageous stuff, I could have totally done that. But they're like, you have no idea what you're shooting. Go home. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, I've got to do a lot, and it's all about trusting that little, wherever the universe takes us. It puts us in these corners, and that's where we're supposed to be. And I learned just to kind of trust that. Media has been amazing. It's still what I do now. I am a media director for a nonprofit for the pension system. I do all their media, and then again, I run Little Lotus right in Clintonville. So.
As we look at all this, and it's all right here in the bio, you've done all that.
All of it.
You've done Little Lotus, Reiki, all that, and all these positions. What do you want your legacy to be when you're gone?
I could not care about once being recognized. I could not care about once about which celebrity I sit next to. And I know that sounds weird. I want to leave this world a little bit better than when I got my hands on. Because oh my gosh, we need that more than anything right now. And I think that is a bigger legacy than anybody could ever leave. Mm-hmm. And I'm honored to really feel that in my soul. It just sits right in my soul. Yeah.
And now for you, you've held many titles and you've done things. What do you want your legacy to be when you're gone? What do you?
For me, I just want like I know it's not possible for everybody to be happy and just cherish what they have and not get one up in those fake stuff. Just cherish what you have, be happy, and just surround yourself with happiness all the time.
That's true.
I just want to give, wherever I go, I just want to make people happy and spread their happiness wherever I go. That's my goal.
Do what's right, not what gets you liked.
Mm-hmm.
That is my
That's
keyword right now.
Bars.
You know how I have all these that I go through? I always have a saying. That is the one right now, I think, for us. Do what is right, not what gets you liked.
Mm-hmm. I like that word.
I wasn't ready. We're gonna have to hashtag that.
Yeah.
Hashtag. We're gonna have to come up with shirts. Hashtag. Do what is right, not to get likes. You make shirts?
It's ridiculous.
Oh man, what?
Hold on, man.
Okay, so y'all.
You didn't tell us that in the interview.
So they got farm
No, that
animals.
was, every now and then I can.
They got farm animals. You are plugged for the eggs. Not y'all are plugged for the eggs. Let me see what else, man. You're the soft player. Yeah, this is
Yeah,
All the
I
way
just
down
do
to
a lot.
Ada Farm, E-I-E-I-O. I'm shocked that he makes shirts. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because in Christmas I asked her what she wanted, and she just wanted simple shirts that had some letters, said something, and it was $30-40. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $40 for a t-shirt that just says one.
That's right.
And I learned how to make when I make her.
Anything I want.
Nice.
We will be connected on some shirts. Yeah, so we connected on some shirts. Man, I hope. Do you got anything else to say, bro? I'm full, bro.
I'm full too. I hope everyone. I hope y'all got some type of blessing from this 4-part interview. Man, we never did a 4-part interview, so this is the first. So good job for you, man. Good job, man.
Oh,
Good job, man.
I just didn't want to steal your high five. Type of girl that if I steal your high five.
Yeah, man. I thank y'all for coming on here and blessing DCP.
We
Now we are
honored to
family
have you
now,
guys.
man. We are family.
What's the name of your website to Lotus?
LittleLotus-Reiki.com on Instagram. It's at Little Lotus Columbus. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, reach out to me. There's a contact form. You can get a hold of me at any time. Questions, explain some of your situations. We'll see how we can help you. Even if it's something that we need to get you on a volunteer basis. I do work with Ronald McDonald Wounded Warrior, a couple other agencies. Let's not limit it. Let's if you need something, reach out and we'll talk. I look forward to it.
How can they reach you, man? What's your social media platforms?
Oh, I'm not into it that much. If you reach out to her.
Hold on, man. This man done all this stuff. Pause the music. We'll come get
I
that
can
in a minute.
build you one.
No.
Do you want a t-shirt?
This man watch things go in circles, squiggly lines. He plays kickball, cricket, all that funny stuff, and he has no social media platform.
No, I do, but I'm not into it that much. But yeah,
I heard that. I heard we checked the first time.
We gotta talk off we go camera. Get you out there now.
Thank you guys.
D, anything else?
Oh, nah, hey, appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all.
Thank you guys. It's
same here.
been awesome.
Gotta give you a live score update. Y'all are.
I'm saying it, man. It's 20 to 30.
You're losing.
2013.
It's supposed to be 4 weeks. We got 4 quarters.
You're losing.
So hopefully when this is, y'all, the Bengals been the one. So disregard all this talk right now. The Broncos are doing what? Okay. So
Yeah, we are all watching y'all, bro. But man, please like, share, subscribe to this video, man. Please go find them on our social media platforms. Please check out Little Lotus, man. I'm sure it's gonna be a blessing to you. We're so blessed to have Nicole and them in the building once again, and I look forward to this. Ain't gonna be the last time they're over there. I just know it. It's not, and I'm gonna work on counting stars and talking for hours underneath the
The
stars.
next time we're on, you're gonna talk about your first experience with your queen. Watching a meteor show.
So at the end of the show, I usually go DCP, the corner clock. I don't believe the 8 ball. I shoot positive shots 5 times, but we're gonna do different. Hey, keep put your that shit back on. We're gonna put put this back on. We gonna do it different this time.
Deal.
Hold on, y'all. We gonna do it different, y'all.
Now you have to have the ponytail.
Yeah.
Who helped you make that?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. It looked at me like I was crazy when I was doing it. But,
She's still looking at
but
it.
yeah. So we gonna go DCP, the corner pocket. I don't need the 8 ball. Go. Ready? 1, 2, ready, go. DCP, the corner pocket. Don't mean the 8 ball. Until next time. Peace.
Yeah, you know what time it is. It's time for you to tune in to the Corner Pocket Podcast. That's right.